Hello, everybody. This is Chris Derschmidt. I've been a targeted individual by the United States government for over 22 years now. This is no joke. If this is getting out to the ordinary people, please respond. I feel that Mark Zuckerberg, who is the president of YouTube, is stopping our videos to getting to the general public, to getting to all the current local media outlets. Please let me know if any regular people, citizens are getting this. I want to stress, do you understand? We are being tortured. We're being tortured with modulated microwaves, ELF, which is low frequency waves. We've been infested with nanobots, and maybe it will interest you or spark your interest that we've all been illegally implanted with nanobots. They have been spraying over 30 years. We need immediate help, and Congress knows about this, especially my home state, Senator Grassley. We need your immediate attention. Jim Jordan, who is the leader for the subcommittees on the FISA court, which is the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, which is only to be used for foreigners. He's not stopping it. He could have stopped it a long, long time ago. They're responsible for enacting it, and they reenacted it. It sunsetted, which means it was going to end 10 years ago, and they reacted it in full. They didn't take out any wording. We are being tortured alive. We are on a kill list. Do you understand this? We need attorneys right away. We need attorneys to take our case. I wanted to give you just a few more details this week. If there is an attorney out there that can help me or other targeted individuals as a group, because we're not being taken on the lawsuit that's by attorney Anna Toledo and the other 18 plaintiffs that she's listed. And it could be years before that even finalizes, and they're stopping her and dismissing it at every section, every avenue, every part of the lawsuit it's already been dismissed, and it's real hard to get it reenacted or for the district, I believe it's District 5 in New Orleans, Louisiana, for that district court to allow it to be heard back down at the state federal court in Texas, out of Houston, Texas. I guess they started in Dallas, Texas. I'm only listed as a person of interest, so the government doesn't even have as much money as they're asking for. By each plaintiff is asking anywhere from $20 to $50 million, or in that range. I'm asking if there's anybody out there. I don't see anybody in the chat, which is more proof that the government is stopping our videos, stopping us from exposing that we're being killed and tortured on a 24/7 basis. I'm getting loud modulated microwave, because microwave is in the sound range, hitting me in my head continually, in my ears. All of my teeth are deteriorating and now need to be pulled. I've already had 2 teeth pulled. This is just more damage. My hair shouldn't have any white in it at all. This is the nanotechnology that gets into your body. You breathe it in because they've been spraying it outside. And my private investigator, Melinda Kidder, found it all over my house. There was an FBI implant in the center of my table clock that had a little camera that was right in the center of the dials. And she had found this. It's by Director Christopher Wray, and the other FBI leaders that tried to expose it were fired by Trump. And they're both guilty. The Democrats and the Republican presidents have known about it, and they've never bothered to even state it. In recent congressional hearings, they called it, quote, "We've given you enormous power," when they interviewed Director Christopher Wray, the current FBI director, and he never has admitted it to this day. He's worse than any Hitler on earth. He's killing us 24/7. I wanted to give you the two pieces of information if this will let me share screen. I have contacted and want other target individuals to please contact me either through my email or my phone, 480-257-3321, or put in the comment if you're a true targeted individual. The ARRT, the American Registry of Radiology Technologists, is to regulate all forms of microwave, radiation, anything that's electromagnetic frequencies. In their bylaws, it states that they are to regulate all radiation. I've now sent them a letter because my lawsuit was dismissed at the state level, at the city level, and when I went to federal court, and I appealed it twice to the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm now filing, but I'll show you what I've done so far so you can copy it. You can copy my lawsuit and just put in, change your specific dates, but you can pretty much copy it. So you have the case, you have to have case study in there. You have to have the laws that they've broken. And then you have to put it in the form of an affidavit. So it's your legal testimony under oath. So once you have it, you just put affidavit at the top, and then you have you go in to have them sign it a notary sign it at the bottom, and that makes an official your legal document as an affidavit. So it's not complicated. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. And I'm here to help all target individuals, especially those that are dead. And you'll excuse me because I'm getting hit very hard with microwaves, so my speech gets slurred a little bit because they're hitting me very heavily. Okay, I'm going to try to share screen so I can show you what I have filed this week. I'm worried it might not show. Let's see, I think I have to go up here to toolbar, sidebar. Oh, I wanted to share screen. If anybody can help me, I'm trying to share screen. So that you can see this. Page display, single page, enable scrolling, 2-page view. Oh. Still trying to get, my point is that I had called hundreds of times to the local CRT, which is the Certified Radiology Technologist Department of it's now under the Health and Human Service Division of Arizona for Arizona State. So in Arizona, we have to be certified because I am an X-ray tech. I've been an X-ray tech over 30 years, and you have to be certified by the state and the federal radiology technologist crediting facilities. So the ARRT, which is the American Registry of Radiology Technologists, their bylaws state that they are the ones to regulate all radiation. So Director Christopher Wray is also guilty. Homeland Security, they're also involved in guilty. Local law enforcement is also guilty of premeditated murder. There is no statute of limitations. That means no time limit on murder. And if you know about a crime like you do now, because I'm telling you that we're being murdered, and you do nothing, it means you're an accomplice. So please help us expose. And Dr. Hildegard Staninger gave me all my evidence, and so did her private investigator, Melinda Kidder, that specializes in nanotechnology. And there's still very few, there are rarely doctors and attorneys that take these cases. And the few that take them are passing out nanotechnology like crazy and making money when there is no current regulation currently on nanotechnology, but it is all personal injury. It is still all premeditated murder. It is still all medical malpractice. But the attorneys are so stupid and lazy, they won't take cases unless it's against the doctor. And it's Arizona State University that's doing this. Their Nano Department Research Division, which is on Warner and about the 101. It's right off of the 101 highway at Warner in Chandler, Arizona, a block from where I live. And they're mainly targeting single female, and then they label us crazy or nuts, and they just refuse to stop. I'm again going to try to share screens here, see if you can, hopefully you can see this letter. I've wrote this letter now to the, it's the Government Affairs Division of the ARRT, the American Registry of Radiology Technologists, and their bylaw states that they are to regulate all radiation in the United States. And right here it says, I wrote this 6 days ago to them. I still haven't heard one word back. And just, you can copy everything in here. I told them all the related cases, all the expert doctors that are exposing this, that we've all illegally been infested with nanotechnology, and it grips on to every molecule in your body and changes your DNA, and it will kill the human race. And then I've put in all my evidence down here at the bottom. As you can see, I'm showing all of the evidence that I've gotten. Some of the most important is this shows where all the nanotechnology is on my body. And you can see it's all over my upper chest, my legs, my fingers, my head. It's all over in the back of my head, my shoulders, my feet. And I will go here to, that was from Melinda Kidder, the lady that owns Columbia Investigations, that gave me my evidence here in 2014. And it shows where all the nanobots are implanted into my body through my supplements and food. She found all contaminated with nanotechnology. Here are the perpetrators right here. Please, everybody, copy this and demand that Jim Jordan and all the senators and congressmen stop this immediately. Being tortured and killed alive. The entities associated with this technology development are the following. So that means these are the perpetrators. University of, it's supposed to be Del Porto in Portugal, or do Porto in Portugal. University del Porto, Jose Antonio Olivia Simones. Department of Defense, United States, Boeing, United States, JPL, United States, NASA, Arizona State University, and Hebrew University in Jerusalem, which is Israel. These are just 8 of some of the perpetrators. All of these frequencies are coming out of my body that she's reported. All of these frequencies. Here's more of the perpetrators. University of Central Florida, Dallas County Community College. They're all watching me through the camera lens that formed in my eye and through other targeted individuals. This is the most, Christopher Wray is more evil than any Hitler on earth. And then it tells about my individual case. I've showed this several times on my channel. I'm exposing it again. And I've showed you the letters that I've written to the ARRT, who's supposed to be regulating any radiation in the United States. I have to wear a radiation monitor badge. For other target individuals, you can get a radiation monitor badge and turn it in every month. Just Google who the radiation companies are that give you a radiation monitor badge. We shouldn't have to do this. It needs to stop right now, and we need restitution. And these perpetrators need the electric chair. Okay, that was one of them. And here is the letter that shows proof, satellite genocide, and the Fourth Reich. I think a lot of target individuals have already seen this by Mike Patrick, organized stalking and satellite torture victims. This is exactly what they're doing to us. Please copy this and give this to Jim Jordan, the leader of the intelligence committees. And he's given letters to all these people and still nothing has been done. Trump is highly, and so is President Biden. We've given letters to all of these people already. This shows how it's being done. And it's through these satellites. They also use handheld devices. And I'm sure the target individuals have already seen this and know. This is the next report to prove that I've been diagnosed with, I have found it to be 100% exposure to advanced nanomaterials and other nano delivery systems. If you take a 400 times microscope and look at your own blood under this, you will see that you've been infested too. So all perpetrators, you've been infested with this stuff as well. And this just shows more of the heinous things that they're doing to us. Electronic harassment, advanced frequency results, all this coming out of my body. Most target individuals are dead. At least 50%, 50 to 80% of target individuals are dead. And they need justice to their families, deserve compensation, punitive damages, compensatory damages, which means compensation for the actual damage, punitive for punishment. Please copy all this. It shows every bit of my evidence. And there's 25 pages, so I won't go down all of it. I'm just showing you the first 10 pages so you can see what Dr. Hildegard Staninger has given me, what I've had to endure for the last 22 years of my life. And they're doing this to all of us, so you need to wake up if this is getting out to any ordinary people. And this is Jim Jordan. He hasn't frickin' Testimonies Corner FBI. But as he stopped it, he's known about it. They're the ones that are funding it. But did he say you need to stop it right now? No, Jim Jordan did not say you need to stop it right now. But these are the Senate committees, the FBI, DOJ officials.
What they're doing to the Second Amendment. And of
hearing on the weaponization of the federal government. But did they stop it? No, he hasn't stopped it in 22 years. That's like giving your kid your credit card and they're spending trillions of dollars. And Director Christopher Wray and whoever that Homeland Security, Noriegas, or however you pronounce his name, they have the nerve to ask for more money when they got FBI fusion centers in every single city. There's 3 in Phoenix alone. They're public record, and they are the ones doing stalking and torturing of innocent individuals that they put on a secret list. There's no men more heinous than the men that started this program. They're the old regime, the old fat bald guys that are leading the country, and ones that look like Biden. This is a heavy metal detox protocol, but you can't get all of it out of your body. But if you need it, please contact me. And if you need to see the letter, I hope this shows. I'm showing all of Dr. Hildegard Staninger's information to me. You can take a screenshot of it. I think everybody's seen most of it. And the other important thing I wanted to give to you tonight is, hopefully it will pull up here. I think I've shown this, but let me go back to it once more. to prove to you I sent all this information, all of my evidence, over 200 pages, and I've now contacted, here's their email, all target individuals, also contact them. It's called GOVAFF for Government Affairs of the American Registry of Radiology Technologists.org. They are out of St. Paul, Minnesota. I lived in Minnesota for 6 years, almost 8 by the time I sold my house and got out of there. And no attorney in Minnesota would take my case. No attorney in Arizona has taken my case. I've called Washington State. I've called California. I've called the ACLU and the Center for Constitutional Rights in Arizona, in Minnesota where I lived. And they said, we don't even have to respond back to you. And they didn't, because I'd call them to follow up. Please copy this letter and say, you need to free Chris Derschmidt and give her justice. And write the same letter if you're a target individual. I'm scrolling it down so you copy. And then I've sent links. I've sent the folders for all of my evidence right here. And it shows how it's satellite genocide. Here's copies of everything I've sent them and all the judiciary committees that they've had meetings on it. And they are required to know. It's like they are the parents of the FBI, of Homeland Security, of the CIA, of all these departments that do the same thing as LE, local law enforcement. You don't need 10 divisions on the people. They're killing us, people. I'm still asking for attorney to contact me. And I just wanted to give you my new evidence tonight. And I went over my old evidence. So hopefully you've seen it all. I hope this all showed up. If not, you can contact me and I'll send you also my lawsuit that I had already filed. And I'm in the process of refiling an emergency FOIA request, emergency to stop stalking, and my lawsuit, a new lawsuit. Here's my old lawsuit. Hopefully you can see this. If you need the case number on it. This one was filed before I got a case number. This Chris Derschmidt versus the United States, and I list all the defendants. The Department of Defense, the FBI, local Chandler and Mesa police. All of them refuse to disclose. All of them keep torturing me. And this is premeditated murder because I will die prematurely. I'm one of the longest living targeted individuals. And it makes it more heinous because there's the act against disabled persons. I'm now on disability, but I'm still working 2 to 3 days a week to try to keep some of my livelihood as long as I can live. And I've also, my brother created the highest technology on earth, the undetectable stealth and the anti-nuclear missile systems. And he worked for over half of the companies that are torturing me. I should say government entities, government departments, and contractors. And Jim Jordan even admitted if they are contracting it out to other companies and giving other outside contracted companies outside the FBI and the military and the Air Force. The Air Force is my #1 perpetrator. They have airplanes coming at me 24/7, drones circling around me. And it is a public hazard what they're doing because it's causing me to want to, gosh, when you got planes coming at you very low, helicopters coming at me all the time. It's not only a violation, premeditated murder, 1991 Victim Torture Protection Act. It only starts a 10-year statute of limitation the day it ends and it's never ended. It's also personal injury. It's also medical malpractice by the Air Force and all the agencies I've listed. And it's there's a hurting disabled person in any way makes it more heinous, and also the act against women makes it more heinous. So these guys are hundreds of times worse than Hitler ever was, and it's the worst Holocaust on earth. You need to wake up now because you've been infested with nanobots too. And this is my lawsuit. You can pull it up under the Arizona Federal District Court, Chris Derschmidt versus the United States. It's also under the U.S. Supreme Court. you go to archives and put in my full name, Miss Chris, K-R-I-S, Derschmidt, D like David, U-R-S-C-H-M-I-D-T, or it may be listed under my full name, Christy, K-R-I-S-T-I, middle name Lee, L-E-E, Derschmidt, D like David, U-R-S-C-H-M-I-D-T. It was filed 8/3/2010. This particular copy doesn't have the file number on it, but that doesn't matter. This was my recent, most current FOIA request that was denied. Or if I have a copy of it here. Not sure if you're going to be. This is the copy right here, though. But I'm also pulling it up and giving you a copy of it right here. I need to get better lighting on it so you can see it. I got it in a plastic sleeve. But it's my most recent FOIA request to the Department of Defense. And these stupid asses are denying it. They said, unless we can reasonably find it within a reasonable amount of time, we are not honoring it. Well, how can I tell the Department of Defense where they store their documents? It's probably right in front of his face in his computer. This is how heinous and how stupid and how evil these people are in the Department of Defense. And they're listed as my #1 perpetrators besides the U.S. Air Force. And my brother contracted for NASA, Boeing, the U.S. Air Force, and I believe he's responsible for the Phoenix Lights. Phoenix Lights is a huge phenomenon in following. There's been movies about it even, because it was in the shape of just the lights on the undetectable stealth. And it was very large, like a couple miles long, they say, the size of a stadium. And there was more than one. There was like two. I heard of one up by Las Vegas and one down here at the Phoenix Lights that many, many witnesses, including some doctors that have been following this and don't want to admit that it was my brother's technology, the undetectable stealth. I don't believe those were alien ones. Aliens wouldn't bother to fly low and harass us. They got better things to do than that. They are either our leaders, and they will show up around nuclear power plants. If you want to get pictures of aliens, just go around the nuclear power plants, because they're not going to let us get in another nuclear war, because it destroys the whole war. It has impacts and can destroy parts or all of the universe, including the earth, because that's how stupid our leaders are. Only the stupid leaders at the top of the pyramid, such as the Masons, are the ones that want all this war to keep us enslaved. If no one would go to war, we wouldn't have it. So quit going to war, and we could all have free energy. Okay, that's enough for tonight. Again, I'm Chris Derschmidt. I need an attorney. I need all of the Congress divisions that are handling this heinous FISA court, Section 702, that they're secretly have a secret list of killing innocent people like me and over 400,000 other innocent people. And they've injected nanotechnology. I've seen them out spraying heavily again today to all human beings. So it's either going to kill you or enslave you. And this is what happened in Columbine. Many of these poor kids and other people, even adults, they're brainwashing with microwaves. You feel sick all the time. You can feel the microwaves, and they killed my brother with it. Peace out, and I hope this new information gives you some new hope. And do what I say. Contact the ARRT. They are to regulate all radiation. The patient bill of rights. You're never to do a harm to a patient. This is medical malpractice, personal injury, torture, and premeditated murder, just to list some of the few heinous things that this is. We need to stop all microwave towers. Again, if anybody needs to contact me, 480-257-3321. Peace out, and God bless all targeted individuals. And Jim Jordan, you need to do your job right now and tell them to stop right now. And all the money you're using for the fusion centers, so the police can sit around and sleep in their cars out in private property. I see them out there sleeping in their cars, and they won't even come. The reason they put me on the list is my neighbor had over 8 vicious dogs. The city code was there is to be no barking dogs, but I've devoted money and volunteered and given uh, uh, donations to animal rights uh, uh, nonprofits for all my life. So I love animals, but their dogs were vicious. They were the kind from Mexico that run in the street. And she was a Hispanic girl. I don't, the husband may not have been, but it was the Humperts, Gary and Linda Humpert, which what they is what sparked them to put me on their torture list. They were illegally monitoring me because of my brother. My brother wanted to get out of being a contractor for these evil murdering divisions of the United States government. He talked to me, and on the phone he said he wanted to go work for China, or possibly he was learning Spanish and wanted to go to Mexico, but he had a heart for wanting to either go to France or China, and they weren't going to let him take all the US secrets and his high technology. They would kill him before they let him go out of the country with all the US's top secret weapons that Mark invented. So I do have a whistleblower protection because my brother was trying to get out and expose the governments for all their heinous acts against human beings. And I'm a victim, and I'm the closest living sibling to my brother, Mark Brian Derschmidt. It's in his obituary if you pull up his obituary. Okay, peace out. I hope this gives you new information that may help your case, and I hope you help mine. And Jim Jordan and all of Congress need to be held responsible for ever enacting this horrible act and not knowing that they put a secret list. That is their job. And these Homeland Security and Christopher Wright, they just dodged the congressional representatives. They don't give out numbers of even how many people they're torturing. They don't even admit that they are torturing. They finally, after 22 years, they enacted it in 2001, and they're just now admitting that they have FBI fusion centers, and they're giving them like minimum wage, and it's current and retired military, current and retired local law enforcement, it's neighbors, and that's why nobody can figure out who's torturing them. This is who it's made up, the FBI fusion centers. And Christopher Wray needs to be stopped now. And we need to be reimbursed for 22 years of torture, defamation of character, defaming our character. I didn't have any charges, and now they've labeled me as crazy, insane, delusional, all these things after they've been having planes coming head on, circling me. They may be drones and they go around, then they come at me head on. So this is jeopardizing the public too. So please, I need your support. I need your help. We need attorneys right away. Peace out. God bless.